Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Chalks.
Welcome everyone to Motus Ninjas here at Lee's Summit, Missouri for the teen division of the final Premier Series qualifier of 2024. I'm your host, Ken Casillas, alongside Jack Anderson, and we are coming at you with the teen female and teen male division. They'll be taking on two courses designed by the dynamic duo here at Motus, Mr. TJ Rahak and Donovan Matoyer, who's going to be our referee for this division, just as he has been throughout this entire weekend. The boys have done an incredible job with the courses today, and I'm very excited to see. We know the modifications for the teen division, and I can't wait for you guys to see exactly how our athletes are going to bring it, because man, did that amateur division really deliver on some high-stakes course runs, and I think we're going to see more of that now.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Kane. I think the amateur division gave us so many treats, so much action, and it's only going to get better as the day progresses. And for all the new viewers tuning in, we're quickly going to pop through to the course format to understand how does the Premier Series work. What is this format that we're going to be having today? It's very unique. So today we're going to start with the placement course. Now this is your traditional Ninja Warrior kind of flow course. As soon as you fall, your run is over. This is something we're very familiar with, but the good news is it's a very short course. It's still got a bit of tech to it that we've seen today, and a lot of people have failed on it. But if your favorite ninja does fall, don't worry, because all it's going to do is determine the run order for our challenge course. Now, the challenge course is most certainly a challenge. Our ninjas are allowed 2 retries across the entire course with a maximum of 1 per obstacle. And once they have used up both of their retries, their run will be over. It's very typical for ninjas to use at least 1 retry. We saw Ryan Cooper in the amateur division get through the entire course flawlessly. But in general, they will be using them. And then, of course, Kane, we are going to be looking for our top 4 competitors here today in this teen division. But the good news is we might be seeing everyone through here today. We'll have to wait and see.
That's right. We have 2 athletes in the teen female division and 4 in the teen male division, which means that off of placement, they would all technically qualify. But in these types of scenarios, all of the athletes will have to clear the 3rd obstacle of the challenge course in order to qualify. So that way, they're not just here for a free pass to finals. However, it wasn't necessarily a free pass to get to the Premier Series, as well as we took the top 25% of athletes from regional standings in the regular season last year, as well as the top 25% from the Tier 1 championships this past June. We've also invited a select handful of competitors who maybe aren't near a World Ninja League facility to go and compete. And so these wild cards have gotten to show their stuff on the WNL stage, and it's really, really done well. We've seen some incredible runs. Jumping off the top of my head, Caden Lebsack and Max Feinberg did amazing at the ARC final. They were some of our wild cards. So, that's the caliber of competitor we're seeing here at the Premier Series, and we're going to see a true Clash of the Titans here at the Premier Series finals in a month. But of course, the Premier Series would not be possible without our sponsors. First off, of course, we have NinjaWorks, the ultimate ninja timer. They are running all of the special timers, working with our boy Sam, who's making all these graphics and fancy and whatnot. They're taking care of splits that you can see on who's the fastest to what obstacle, the time limit ticking down on the top right of your screen when runs start, the leaderboards, the run orders, all of that thanks to the power of NinjaWorks. If you missed a run and you want to know how your favorite athlete did, go to worldninjaleague.org to find the results of the Premier Series, because thanks to NinjaWorks, they're updating all results in real time. Really, really great stuff from Carl and the NinjaWorks team. And then, of course, we have DGS Ninja, the world's leading obstacle manufacturer. You can check out all of their incredible products that you can have in your ninja gym or in your backyard at dgsninja.com. They've recently also begun sponsoring athletes. The first DGS-sponsored athlete was Addie Herman, and now there's an entire team of DGS-sponsored athletes, many of which we've seen qualify for the Premier Series finals. So shout out to DGS for not just making our courses amazing, but also providing these opportunities for athletes to show their skills at the highest possible level.
That's absolutely right, Kane. And as we look forward to the competition here today, there is going to be a total of 6 competitors, 2 female teen athletes, and then, of course, 4 male teen athletes who are going to be taking on this placement course that we're going to be lucky enough to get a look at once again. It'll be interesting to see if anything has changed for our teen division. We have the steps, the domino, the trapeze slider, and lache for grabs, and the wall. And this speed course is definitely a quick one, but we've seen a lot of ninjas come unstuck on it today.
Yeah, those obstacles have been pretty tricky, deceptively. Taking a look here at our first 2 obstacles, the steps and the dominoes, we've seen athletes get through this in 3 to 4 seconds. So it's a nice little sprint to start off, but it's when we move past those first 2 obstacles where it gets really, really tricky. Deceptively, it's not necessarily something that our athletes would fail, but when you are trying to move at your fastest pace, that is definitely when mistakes start to come in and little slip-ups happen, especially here on the trapeze slider. These last 2 trapezes do spin, so trying to set up those lengths, it's been detrimental to people getting a little reckless and whatnot, and
they spin a lot.
Very, very important to be precise.
That's absolutely right. And then we can see just going through that ring slider and then onto the lache alley, which is kind of the other crux point of this placement course. They have to come around and do a series of laches. Most of the competitors have been linking these, but the difficult part is this ring that's held by a magnet onto a sky hook. They've got to get that grab, which is the difficult point, and then go up the warped wall, no troubles whatsoever. The time limit hasn't been too difficult. They have a minute on the clock. It's more so trying to secure the fastest time here. And to be honest, I think since these teen athletes don't have too much to lose in general, Kane, like in regards to their positions already secured, I think a lot of them are just going to be trying to go all out for that top spot and try and take out first place.
It would make sense, absolutely, to see, just go for broke. The placement course, not as consequential as the challenge course, that's for sure. So there we have our run order as well of our 6 athletes here in the teen division. Kaylee McKay is going to be kicking us off, and Hannah Amaro will be running second. Hannah and her brother Jackson, part of the Amaro family out of Midwest Warrior Academy. Such huge staples in the ninja community, especially in the Midwest region, constantly advocating for more opportunities and more competitions in their part of the little ninja world. And it's really, really great to see that they've made their way out to the Premier Series.
Yeah, it is really cool to see that they've flown all the way out here, and the dedication just from athletes across the board for this Premier Series competition has been amazing. We've seen athletes fly to multiple competitions just to be able to have the chance to qualify once again, and We love to see it here. Kaylee McKay going to be kicking us off, of course. And we're going to be going right down through the list through to Dane Walker. He's going to be our final runner here. He's going to be one to watch. And I'm super excited to see how they all fare on this course and how the dynamic duo of Hannah and Jackson, the family, go on this course.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I do have a feeling we could get all of our athletes through to the finals, and then we'll head into the elite division where we're going to have more high stakes, high adrenaline runs. We've got Jara Boyd competing in the elite division a little later. Jara has just so many skills in his back pocket. You want him to do a mega wall, he got it. You want him to do a flyaway with a batarang, he's probably got that too. You want him to do a burnout course for 7 straight minutes, chances are he'll do it and he'll shake out on a cliffhanger because he can. You know, he is just that good. And it's going to be really great to see him competing later on in the elite division.
We love to hear that. Yeah, the elite division is going to be so stacked today. So many fan favorites are going to be stepping up to the platform to take on this absolute beast of a course. It's worth noting that even on the challenge course, we only saw one person complete that challenge course, and with the 2 amateur female athletes not even qualifying in the end just due to the difficulty of that course. So these teen athletes are going to have their work cut out for them. No one is safe on this course, and I think even with Ryan Cooper, who ended up winning the amateur male division, we almost saw him go out on obstacle 1. So we love the Motus Ninja team and how they've been able to create this course, and it's going to make for so many upsets, so many surprises. We're always in for a treat here at Motus.
Well, I'm super excited to here we go, man. Like I'm ready to get going. Donovan, hurry up. Let's go. No, I'm kidding. Donovan's a class act as always, and the Motus team puts together so many amazing courses. They had a great qualifier last season as well, and I think they one-upped themselves here, honestly.
Yeah, and as everyone is eyeing up the competition here today, I think 2 obstacles that you've really got to keep an eye out for are the trapeze slider. That's a point where you want to hold your breath and just hope that the competitors don't make a mistake whilst going super fast. And then lache for grabs as well. We saw so many of the best athletes come unstuck there on that obstacle just simply because they couldn't quite get that ring into the sky hook. It's such a technical move. Hopefully these teen athletes got to see a little bit of our amateur division earlier today and learn from their mistakes and make sure that they don't have those same slip-ups here today. Only time's going to tell. I'm excited to jump into this. I'm sure we're all on the edge of our seats as we wait to see Kaylee McKay step up to the platform. Kane, do you have any early predictions of what time we might see these competitors complete? And we saw Ryan Cooper do a 22.71. Where's your prediction at?
You know, I'm somewhere in between the 25 to 30 second range, but I would not be surprised if I'm proven wrong. This specific region, I've seen a couple of these athletes pull up on my For You page on Instagram and whatnot, so I know that they got a lot of tech in the bag. They can pull off a lot of fancy links and tricks, but I've never really seen them put it all together on a speed course. So I'm going to play it safe and say 25 with definite room for being proven wrong.
Well, I'm excited to see how they go. Kaylee McKay is our first teen female athlete stepping up to the plate here. 3rd in the standings at the moment, came 55th at the 2024 World Championships. Kaylee now moving through this course with a good sense of urgency. These spinning bars spin a lot. No troubles so far though, Kane.
Nice mixed grip lache there. Now working her way down the slider. Still has plenty of time coming into the up for lache for grab, sorry.
Okay, this is the big move here. She's got to get it onto the sky hook.
And she's down. Don't know what happened there exactly.
Just coming unstuck there. Maybe the replay will show it to us, but Kaylee McKay is going to end her run on obstacle 4 there. And that means Hannah Amaro just has to get to obstacle 4 within 16 seconds, or ideally complete obstacle 4 to hold on to that top spot for the teen female division. We're just going to have to wait and see here. But yeah, that ring grab is super tough. You need so much momentum behind you to grab perfectly. Hannah Amaro, part of the Amaro family. We will see her brother run very soon as well. I'm excited to see how she fares. Came 81st at the 2024 World Championships. And let's see how she fares. Competed in 5 comps this year, so she's had plenty of practice leading into this.
Very efficient so far. Thought she was going to link it, but she's going to take a little extra backswing.
Yeah, she could have there.
Should be smooth sailing through here. I don't think she got there off of time. Oh, she did by 0.15 seconds. Wow. Hannah Amaro.
Shout out to Ninja Works.
Now setting up those links here.
Okay, this is the grab, Kane. We've got to get this one.
Oh, just came up a little short. And unfortunately, that's going to end her run on the very last move before the wall. Still a very strong run there. And I love just how close they are on the leaderboard there. Hannah and Kaylee are definitely pushing each other here. Cannot wait to see how they push each other on the challenge course. There's a lot more opportunity for both of them, and there's a lot of promise.
Yeah, finger that we're going to see them fly through that challenge course. But now we're going to move through to our teen males. We have 4 athletes in the teen male division. Chase McCambridge is going to be up first here. We're going to see how he goes on this course now. Chase coming 93rd in the 2024 World Championships. He's quick. Trains out of Motus, so let's see how he goes.
Very nimble through those dominoes there. Taking an extra swing. Saw a lot of people go for some reaches in the first trapeze. Nice skip of the last trapeze there.
That's the first we've seen of that. Oh no! What happened?
What happened?
Maybe he wasn't... Was he allowed to lâcher to that? Let's see. Did his feet touch the ground?
I think we might have a foot tap, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a foot tap. That was a big lâcher to dedicate to.
It was, but I guess that is the... That's the risk that you run being on the taller side of the competitor field and trying to lâcher under an object. You immediately put yourself lower to the floor.
Yeah, I thought that was quite a smart play in general. I thought that had paid off, but unfortunately... Well, next up, Ken, we've got a very special competitor here, Jackson Amaro.
2, 1, go.
Jackson now saw his sister advance to the second to last obstacle. Just one small move was the difference maker. Hopefully Jackson can avenge her.
Now coming into the back end of this course, this is really the crux point here. Can Jackson get this skyhook catch? And he does!
Yes!
And we're going to see Jackson through to the end of this course, up the warped wall with a time of 32 seconds. Jackson Amaro going to solidify himself into that top spot for the time being. He's very happy that he made the trip out, I'm sure.
What a smooth run. Made sure to take extra swings where he needed to and link everything else. That is how you handle a speed course. Calculated, quick, awesome job by Jackson.
Yeah, a great run there, and he can be super happy with that. It's going to be hard to contest, but we've got 2 more competitors. And if I'm not mistaken, we saw someone related to him stepped up earlier in the amateur division?
Zeke. I want to say father. I would assume father. But Zeke, who ended up in the amateur division, just 1 spot away from qualifying for finals. Let's see if Ben can punch his ticket. But first, he's got to... Wow! What a sprint. That might be the fastest we've seen through those first 2 obstacles.
Absolutely.
Nice link there.
Finding good momentum here.
He's flying, Jack.
You want to make sure that he's solidified into this Premier Series finals. He wants that top spot. Ben is getting after it. Is he going to go for it? He's going to go for the skyhook. No! Just
undershot it. Nice kip up.
Yeah.
You know, I think he had beautiful links through all of these obstacles here. Started on those trapezes. A lot of speed, a lot of force coming through, but I just don't think he had the distance that he wanted through that skyhook move.
Yeah, he was very close though, Ben. What a run there. And with only one competitor to go, it's going to be interesting to see if Dane Walker can take out that top spot. Dane's got a great track record here. Came 69th this year in the 2024 World Championships. Has competed in 10 competitions this year, so has a lot of experience under his belt this season. He's been grinding. Let's see if all this training is going to pay off here. Dane keeping a good consistent speed so far. Super light feet there on those steps.
Wow, forward gripping the bars there. Even if they're spinning, it didn't bother his grip. That's a very good sign. Skipping that first bar.
What great links
his way through. Oh no, just peeled off. After a solid run there. Surprisingly, the grip gave out. Just in that split second on impact. I think it was just the impact there of that ring. Because obviously his grip's crazy. He was front gripping a spinning trapeze and linked.
Well, he was quick enough to secure himself into second place. Jackson Amaro is going to hold onto that top spot with a time of 32 seconds, so he's going to have the advantage of running last in the challenge course here. Chase McCambridge, for the teen males, is going to be up first. Blink and you'll miss him, and we're going to quickly run through all of these runs again. So Chase McCambridge up first, coming unstuck a little bit earlier than he would have liked. And hopefully we'll get to take a look at each of these runs here. Yeah, we can just see as he lines up this grab, and unfortunately it was that foot tap. He was moving, he was a man on a mission. And then Ben Bucciatoris is up next, coming unstuck. He completed the trapeze slider, but unfortunately just couldn't get that last ring grab as well. So quick to that point. He was the quickest on his feet. You can see the standings there. Dane Walker, of course, in second place at the moment, throwing down such a good run. It looked like he was going to go all the way. So smooth all throughout. And I think it's going to be exciting to see him on the challenge course. I think that was such a great indication of great things to come. And then finally, Jackson Amaro, of course, flying out for this competition, showing so much dedication. And what a run he had here. He can see the only ninja in this division to complete the course with a time of 32 seconds. And then, of course, we've got our teen female athletes as well, who performed exceptionally here. Kaylee McKay came in second place at the moment, but these standings can change. Unfortunately, she just came unstuck early into the course, but had a great start, great run to begin with. And then Hannah Amaro, love to see the brother and sister holding out those top spots. You can see that that making the trip was definitely worthwhile, and they're sitting comfy in first place in both divisions.
Yeah, really good to see the Amaro family come in clutch here at the Premier Series. Now, I have to think, like, considering so many people failed that move, it wasn't so much a power thing. I think, honestly, they were just rushing. They were trying to go a little too fast, trying to ensure that they had a top time for a good spot in the run order on the challenge course. And Jackson, you could see he really sized it up before he landed that move, whereas others were trying to maybe rush their swing a little bit. Now that we're on the challenge course, they don't have to do that. This is definitely not a speed course. It's going to be a very taxing challenge course. And now our athletes can start to focus less on the rush, tone it down, calm the adrenaline, and hopefully we can get all of them through the first 3 obstacles and into the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, and the challenge course is really tough for this course. Like, Motus has really put on a challenge course that's really difficult, and is also, even to make it through the first 3 obstacles is no easy task here. The first obstacle, let alone, has been close to taking out so many ninjas because it is so hard. It's called the BSR. It's essentially some shrinking steps into a rolling log. And we've got the doorknobs. That was a crazy grip-intensive obstacle, followed from channel to cliff. Again, talk about a first 3 obstacles. You know, usually they're kind of some of the easier obstacles to start people off with, but they've really gone all out here at Motus and are giving no free passes.
Yeah, this challenge course is going to be absolutely crazy for the teens, and it's going to be even crazier for the elites. The elite division, by the way, featuring Mr. Jeff Baumgarten. one of the hardest working athletes in the sport. He's going to be taking on some major titans of the elite division a little later today. So be sure to tune in for that. Jeff right there, you can see him. A lot of power, a lot of tech, a lot of endurance, which is exactly what he'll need on this challenge course later on today.
And
but now taking a look through the challenge course, there's that BSR. The black boxes marked off with an X. They're going to have to go over those black boxes to the landing platform. Touching them will result in a fail.
Yeah, and then these doorknobs, this is rough. These spin a lot. They're not fun to grip. And it looks like they've changed the format, so that might be even more difficult for these ninjas because they're up top. And then
they took out that bottom row of holds there.
Oh, that's rough. It was already hard enough. We can see the ring channel to cliff there. Got to make that cliff lache. The ledge is pretty forgiving. We haven't seen too many ninjas struggle on that. But if they make it through those 3 obstacles, they are secured into the Premier Series finals. Next, we're going to be moving through to Pokeballs. I think the name's pretty self-explanatory. And then Captain's Quarters. Again, we've got to love the names that these course designers have put on for us. Just moving through.
This lane right here was right when athletes in the amateur division started to feel the fatigue. They were shaking out their arms a little bit afterwards. It's a lot of hang time. And then we get to the major crux points here. It is none other than the one and only obstacle called It's Red, where you hop on through that barrel and these 3 pumpkins. The pumpkin catches were what were throwing people off the most. Athletes would maybe get a little crooked, grab the pumpkin, not dead even, and start spinning around. It can be really tricky if you're not completely exact on that obstacle.
Yeah. And then now,
speed again. Yeah, speed again is exactly what we saw on the placement course. And we only saw Jackson beat it. So hopefully, our athletes can get past it on the challenge course before Steps to Thunder, where they're going to pop up these devil steps here. Grab the trapeze bar, and then Lachey into the thunderclap, which was the final obstacle of stage 2 at the World Championship. That first thunderclap consists of 2 sloper ledges that will fold into a little book, and they'll pop over to the second thunderclap of flat cliff ledges right there before making their way to this mount.
Yeah, and then onto the batarangs. Looks like it's going to stay the same from the amateur division. It looks it looks okay, but make no mistake, those batarangs move so quickly, so you've got to be super careful between each transition. And then finally, the not A&W dungeon. This is just a maze, a dungeon of just grips. And then we come over to these battle axes. Huge shout out to the course designers who literally built these last night to make adjustments to the course. You've got to take that second axe and put it through that tiny slot up there. We saw only Ryan Cooper finish that in the amateur division, and then you're going to hit that buzzer and celebrate with everyone. So hopefully we're going to see some clears here on this challenge course. We've definitely got a teen division that's capable of doing it. We're just going to have to see if they can execute, but all of that in under 4 minutes. So very time intense, very difficult, and we're putting huge amounts of pressure on these ninjas.
And the time limit overall is likely going to be 3 or 4 minutes. I believe it was 4. So I'm pretty sure it's staying at 4. 4 minutes for this is definitely doable, but the deeper into the course you go, the more tiring it gets.
Yeah, and you've really got to push yourself. Like there isn't much time for a break. I think hopefully the teens were hanging around before to see the amateurs compete, because there were a lot of good strategies that were developed during the amateur division, little skips, little time saves. And so if they've got that wingspan, not many of them do, but if you do have that wingspan, there's some opportunities there to help make this course easier. And Jackson Amaro and Hannah Amaro, of course, are going to be running last for their respective divisions. Kaylee McKay and Chase McCambridge are going to be up first, and we're going to get underway very soon here. I think our goal and our celebration point is just to try and see as many of these ninjas through the first 3 obstacles so that we can make sure that they're stepping up to the platform in November for the Premier Series finals. That is what we would love to see first and foremost, and then competing for that top spot here. But Jackson and Hannah are looking pretty happy at the moment, being the last runners for their divisions.
That's right. Now, again, we were talking about those first 3 obstacles. I will say the adjustments to the second obstacle, that pegboard, that could end up being the difference maker. You know, I could see that tripping up a couple people. They might use a retry on it. Hopefully they don't use, both attempts and fall on both attempts. I would like to see them, if they have to use a retry, get through it quickly. I'm not too concerned for them on the ring channel to cliffs. I think they can all handle that as well within their reach. And then it'll just come down to their footwork. Balance and agility. It can always be so deceptive, even if you've trained it over and over, speaking from experience. And so, as long as they are mentally checked in, I think that first obstacle will be light work for them.
Yeah, it is. That second obstacle is so deceptively difficult. And Kaylee McKay is going to be our first teen female, our first teen stepping on to this challenge course that is oh so difficult. Kaylee had a little bit of a tough time in the placement course, but hopefully can bring it back in this challenge course. Is 55th at the World Championships this year, so she knows how to go the distance. No troubles there. Oh, she did touch the black
on the
box.
black. Oh, man.
That's tough.
Made it look really easy. I think she just overstepped and misjudged. And there we go. Much better this time around.
Okay, this is the difficult. They can use the doorknobs along the bottom. Fantastic.
I am going to assume that is only for the teen female division.
Oh, okay. So I was like, oh, that's fantastic. Well, Kaylee McKay, if she can get through this third obstacle here, lock her ticket into the Premier Series Finals in Washington.
Touchdown, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought it was a good one-handed save, but there was a foot tap there. Donovan had to call it.
Okay.
So she's got to give herself a little more hop in her transfer to that ledge. Not a problem with her grip, just needs a little extra power there. Nice, there's that move.
And now, just looking for that dismount here, Kaylee McKay. Can we see her through? Just got to get the dismount here, and she gets it.
Yes. Congratulations, Kaylee McKay, advancing to the Premier Series Finals.
Yes, we love to see it. That is awesome news here. Haley now moving through to Pokeballs. Such an awesome obstacle. I love this like web-shaped aspect in the middle here. It seems to be a nice grip, awkward to swing on, but it's a great new version of the wing nuts here. Now lining it up for the second Pokeball grab.
Nice catch there as well.
But the run's not over here. Just got to keep going.
I was about to say, as I was saying during the walkthrough, this is where the endurance really starts to be tested. This is a very pumpy obstacle. And our athletes are spending a lot of hang time ahead of some pretty techy, grippy obstacles still to come.
Yeah, Kaylee is so strong on this course, though.
By the fingertips.
Oh, okay. Now looking for this transition. It is a big leap. But she gets it. No troubles. And now moving through to this second wheel on Captain's Quarters. I agree, Kane. This is just so pumpy on the forearms, and you want to get off this as quickly as possible. She's been up in the air for at least a minute now, just battling through these obstacles.
But you know what? She's remained completely calm. Doesn't have any retries left, and she's remained totally professional about it. Still a minute 30 on the clock. Shaking out, definitely, as you were about to say. Definitely a little fatigued here, but I think she's handling it like a pro.
She is, and so many of our ninjas are so good at navigating the course, even when they're pumped. This pumpkin, well, it's red, but this pumpkin alley has proved to be so difficult for the amateur division. So let's see how our teens go. Kaylee slipping off. Oh,
gave herself a lot of height on that trampoline jump, but not close enough to it to really stick to it.
Yeah, just too much momentum coming down. Well, Kaylee McKay, what a great run overall. An absolute champion in this teen female division. she has happily solidified herself in the Premier Series finals, making it through for the first 5 obstacles. So that is just, we're super excited to see that. And Hannah Amaro is going to have her work cut out for her now. She's got to get through the first 5 obstacles, completing Captain's Quarters and Pokeball within 2 minutes and 22 seconds. But our first job is to see her through these first 3 obstacles. Hannah Amaro put down a great performance in this placement course and is now going to be tackling. Looking good so far. And now coming into the second obstacle, the doorknobs. Nice and straightforward for Hannah here. No troubles there. But it's this third obstacle that's quite difficult now. Just hopping along.
Very efficient on the rope. Wants to make sure she's in the right spot before making her transition to the cliffhanger. Nice job. Very smooth. No retries used. Going to save her quite a bit of time here if she can get that dismount quickly. There it is. And Hannah Amaro also locked in to the Premier Series finals.
But the job's not over. Now she wants to take out that first place spot. She wants to see how far can she go in this course. It's building up that momentum here. Oh!
It looked like she was trying to reposition her hands in midair, and I think she just needs to be a little more assertive with what she's catching, and she'll be golden.
Yeah, there was a little bit. Okay. Attempt number 2. Let's see how she goes.
Much better this time around. Gets the catch. Setting herself up for that second wheel.
Yeah, looking strong so far.
There we have it. Making her way through the captain's wheels here. Nice pop-up. Shaking out here. Not shaking out necessarily, but taking a little rest. Making sure that she's chill.
Okay, now looking through this transition.
These types of obstacles can feel like a chess match sometimes. I'm not even commentating at this point. I'm studying. I'm observing.
And Hannah
going
moving
with a
through.
two-hand technique in each spot.
And it looks like she's going to find that dismount.
Not only that, but she should be faster than Kaylee, which she is, which means Hannah Amaro has won the teen female division. Congratulations to her, but still has a lot of time to make something happen here, Jack.
Yeah, and you can see it's becoming a common theme for the competitors to show a little bit of fatigue. You can see Hannah now trying to get rid of some of that lactic acid, stretching out the forearms. It's at this 6th obstacle that it starts to become quite difficult for our ninjas here. Now moving into it. Oh, big leap there from Hannah. She's going to grab that ring, and we're going to see our first look at the teen females onto these pumpkins. They are very difficult to grab. We've seen a lot of our amateur competitors come unstuck here. Can Hannah get these 2 lachets in the bag? She gets the first one, and now looking for this second grab. She's lining it up now.
Seems to be ready to go and gets the 3rd pumpkin. Now looking for the dismount. She's out of there.
Fantastic.
Amazing job. And you can tell she really had to push for it, but she's still in it, stretching out the forearms there, and could be the 2nd person to get through this obstacle today in the teen division. The only other one to do it was her brother.
Well, hopefully following on from her brother's footsteps. Can she get this ring grab? This is going to be the big...
Yes,
fantastic.
It's there. Perfect. Gets the dismount, falls forward. Oh no, did she foot tap there on the back?
Oh.
She did. Oh man.
So she has to go all the way back now. She's out of retries with 9 seconds to go. Could she pull off a miracle here? 5 seconds. The clock's ticking down. She gets the dismount. Oh no.
No.
Did she get it? No.
Comes up
So
short, and that's going to
close.
end her run.
That was crazy quick though on the 2nd attempt.
Yes, so incredibly close there. But we do have our teen female winner here, Miss Hannah Amaro, with a run all the way to obstacle number 6, qualifying for the finals, sweeping the competition with a first place run on both the placement and challenge course.
Yeah, Hannah really solidified her top spot there, as you said, just dominating across both of the courses. And yeah, great runs from both Kaylee and Hannah. It's going to be interesting to see how the teen males now step up into this course. We can see the course designers potentially making some adjustments. I
yeah,
fear.
they're going to have to be hopping that batarang
Oh,
through those rings.
No. Yeah, there's no freebies in the teen male course. This is going to be a tough one here. We're going to be seeing those batarang links, and I really hope we get to see the competitor through to that part of the course. I think we will. Again, because there's only 4 competitors, we hopefully will see them all qualify here today, but the objective first is to finish the first 3 obstacles. Chase McCambridge is going to be up first. He came out a little bit early there on the placement course, but has so many great qualities and is such a phenomenal ninja. Came 93rd at the World Championships this year and has competed in 6 total competitions so far. So has great competitiveness under his belt here. And let's see how Chase fares on this course as he gears up, setting the standard. And it looks like everything is back in place, back to normal, similar to the amateur division. He seems to be pretty comfortable, going for a very interesting grip that seems to be working very well for him. Chase, doing it so far, has so much upper body strength there. And now moving through this alley.
I was going to say, I like that he used the front side of those nunchucks to avoid them spinning. And now sets himself up perfectly for the dismount. Chase McCambridge going to the Premier Series Finals. Now let's see how far he can get. See if he can hold on to this first place right now.
Yeah, Chase has been moving so quick through this course so far. Really, this would be putting up a top time in the amateurs, in the top competitors. So Chase definitely setting a strong standard for the rest of the competitor field here as he now moves through captain's quarters. I'll tell you what, the efficiency that he has applied to this course so far is phenomenal.
I believe the teen male division were only allowed to use the inner spokes of the wheel there, so had to move efficiently. Nice static over to the second wheel. Still making good time, but I think we're starting to see a little bit of a grimace here.
Yeah, the fatigue setting in. Everyone has a very different approach to captain's quarters, so it's always interesting to see Chase giving us a new type of approach here. He's off that obstacle, now coming into obstacle 5. Let's see how he handles. It's red. And, of course, we've got the pumpkin grabs. I would love to see them through to the batarangs at the minimum here. Chase now lining it up. Looking comfortable. 2:09 on the clock here. This is good time to this point.
And these pumpkins you want to go straight to instead of above it, just like how Chase did. So that way you're not too high and you drop down. But he catches it with ease and is now going to escape that obstacle. Coming on up now to the obstacle that he unfortunately did not get to attempt in the placement course.
Yes, well, here is his chance for redemption. He looks pretty comfortable on the links. You can see that fatigue starting to kick in here. We're now going to have to do this magnetic ring grab into the skyhook, and no! But that's okay. He's still got 1 attempt.
That's where the exhaustion is definitely starting to kick in, but
yeah,
I think if he really gives it on this next swing, he should be able to get it.
Yeah, just really committing, maybe taking an extra swing there to line it up, to make sure. You can see Chase is starting to feel it. He's now getting back into the links, getting back into the rhythm. He's going to line up a big swing here. Does he have enough momentum? No!
Punched the ring. Take out his finger. Hopefully he didn't jam it on anything, but still a great run from Chase.
Yeah, all round a phenomenal run. A great athlete who we're going to be seeing in the Premier Series Finals in November, so we can be happy about that. Chase having a great run here, just coming unstuck probably from the fatigue. He definitely had the tech to get through each of these obstacles individually, but stringing them together with this type of time limit has made it super tough. And now we're going to move on to Ben Bucci Torres. His father Zeke earlier competed. So let's see how Ben goes on this course. He was super quick on the placement course. Unfortunately, just came unstuck a little bit, and is now showing us he's here for business, and he's doing the skip. Ben is flying through this course, and I think more ninjas are going to have to copy that one. Oh my!
Wow!
What are we watching, Kane?
Links there.
This is the quickest we've seen.
Cruising through those first 3 obstacles and into the Premier Series finals, making sure that he's nice and rested and prepared as the hang time's about to get pretty real. Is he going to link here? Yes, first athlete today we've seen link through this lane. Saves himself a lot of time. Oh, is he going for a 180?
Go for it. He's sending it. Oh no, I think he's going to change. He's changing his mind.
I was about to say that's a very big move up. So I would not.
I'm glad he changed his mind.
Me too.
Luckily, he saved time, like being so efficient earlier on, that he's still ahead of Chase's time to this point. Ben seems like he's got what it takes to go all the way here. He's looking so strong to this point. 26.3 ahead of Chase's time to this point. I love these Ninja Works splits that we're getting. It really feels like an F1 race or something like that, where we're seeing all the individual splits and what time needs to be made up here as Ben lines up the pumpkins.
Yes, sir.
Nice pop through. Gets to the second pumpkin, no problem. Gonna give a little spin twist. Catches that third. Repeating his process here for the dismount. Hops into first place, a whole 29 seconds ahead of Chase's time. Now, we did not see Ben beat this obstacle on the placement course. See how it changes here.
Hopefully, he's learned from his mistakes and he's going to line this one up. He's looking super strong to this point. He's got a lot of power behind him. Can he get this ring grab? He does! Kane, this is a very exciting prospect here. We are seeing Ben through to the Devil Steps into Thunderclaps. We can get through this. We're going to see him onto the Batarangs. Our first look at the new adjusted Batarang obstacle.
Yeah, but these steps to Thunder can be so tricky here. Specifically, the back half of this obstacle. Steps, probably something he's been doing for years now, but this specific move on these sloped cliff ledges, how's he going to fare? Nice reach into it, but peels off. I think he tried to float into it too much, but was a little too low, causing his hand to peel down. He's got to get a little higher if he's going to pop into it like that.
And it's this first slope, like the first Thunderclap has a sloped ledge that makes it so much more difficult to grab and hold onto. You can see he's a little bit pumped in his forearms, and he's really taking that extra time to rest and recover. Because he knows if he can get through this, he'll be pretty well stood in the standings.
Come on.
Lining up for the second attempt here, Kane. He goes for it.
Yes!
He holds it!
Wow, a little shaky there, but he's all right. And gets the second.
He gets the second.
Great dismount here, and now exactly what you were hoping for, Jack. Our first look at the modified bats.
This is tough. This is a tough obstacle. 30 seconds on the clock. Ben's probably going to have one crack at this.
All right,
so
now
he gets the first Batarang for free.
2 transfers, and then a dismount. Just overshoots it. He kicked his legs up so high, I don't even think he had a clear line of sight there.
Yeah, it's a big transfer to make with these Batarangs. Ben's got 15 seconds on the clock. The fatigue's getting to him. Can he get this second grab?
Yes.
That's the first one.
He's got to reposition himself. Those rings naturally want to swing side to side. He's going straight for a dismount, and he's not there. Not
hopefully he didn't hurt himself.
He seems all right, maybe just a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But he should have nothing to be disappointed about. That was a great, great run.
Yeah, Ben saved so much time at the start, was bold at every single turn, and then even on captain's quarters, he tried to innovate. We knew that he had the battering within him. Maybe just even going the one extra would have made it a fair bit easier. It looks like he's got the batterings well within his arsenal of tricks. And with 2 competitors left, Ben's sitting pretty comfy.
Well, it is worth noting about these rings that you have to do the battering move too. They want to swing side to side due to the way they're strapped to the truss, but our athletes have to go forward. So the swing is automatically against them. It's more of a kipping motion. You have to generate that power more by yourself without assistance from the ring or the bat. And so because of that, I don't think that dismount is really all that possible because it will swing you off axis the way it just did for Ben.
That's actually such a great insight there that I didn't even think of, is how it's destined for you to go sideways. But we're going to move into Dane Walker, who performed fantastically on that placement course. He was third in the standings at the moment and is now, he came 69th at the 2024 World Championships. He's really moving through every single aspect of those doorknobs there. And so quick as well. These teen male athletes are just flying through this course.
He's not going to chalk up either. Very bold choice, but you know, if you trust yourself that much, you know, wow, nice move across the entire wheel there. He wants
Looks
to
like
do
he's going to go on the
matching
outside.
glide. Yeah, he'd be the first athlete we've seen use that today.
Yeah, what would be your tactic there? Would you go on the outside, Kane, or stay on the inside?
I would use the inside personally, unless the outside was forced, which I believe it will be for the elites. But the inside, you can do it rolling thunder style and just pull back, similar to what
like
we're seeing from Dane right now. Yeah, perfect.
He's listening in.
Yep. All right, well, Dane, we didn't even mention it, but he is moving on to the Premier Series Finals, so congratulations to him. Currently still in third place, has to get through this obstacle to even have a shot at cracking into the top spot.
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
Good leap over. Now coming up to that pumpkin. Oh, but he lets go of that ring and sends himself a little askew here.
Ooh, he's really got to readjust there.
And I think now he can straighten himself out. He should be good here.
Yeah, it was a great use of the pole there to really readjust. Dane Walker throwing down a great run. He's a little bit behind Ben, who's still holding down the top time. But if he can get himself through the back end of this course, he could definitely still contest it. Ben now lining up. Dane officially in second place now.
Ooh. Now, this was the obstacle that got Dane on the placement course. However, as I said, you don't have to rush this now. So perhaps being a little more prepared.
Oh!
So close. That's the second time he's just peeled off. He's got to just keep that hold on.
He just didn't have a good grab of the ring there. But second time's the charm, hopefully. This will be his final retry on this obstacle here. Just resetting it. That's going to give him a little bit of extra rest, which is handy for free. Minute 29 on the clock here. Plenty of obstacles to go. Dane Walker lining it up. Okay, and we're back underway here. A minute 18 on the clock. Dane Walker's second and final attempt on this obstacle here. He's got great links. He's lining up that backswing.
Oh, no!
Just can't crack it. And unfortunately, third time isn't the charm here for Dane Walker. But all around, a great run. He's going to be holding in second place. He was so quick off those first few obstacles. Showed great technique all around. And unfortunately, it was just that one obstacle that became his crux point here today. Something to, I guess, work on over the rest of the season and come back stronger in November for the Premier Series Finals. But we're going to be seeing all three teen male athletes so far But of course, we've got Jackson Amaro, our top-seeded competitor here in the teen male division, flying out for this competition and definitely has made it worth his while so far. Let's see how he fares on this course here. He came 15th at the 2024 World Championship, so he's got a great resume coming into this competition. Now let's see how he goes on this course here.
Already making quick work of this pegboard, using a lot of lock-offs, which hopefully won't affect him too much as we get further into the course. But all that matters right now is beating this obstacle here. Got to get to the cliff. Very comfortable leap there. And sets his hips up perfectly. And just like that, Jackson is qualified for the Premier Series Finals, meaning all of our teen athletes are qualified, including Jackson's sister. Oh my goodness.
Almost hitting his head on it.
Yeah, he went too high there, but that's a good sign in terms of power.
Too much energy here. Jackson is unstoppable to this point, leading the charge. He's a little bit behind the top pace, but that's okay. He's looking very strong so far. He's super light, and this is going to help him with these upper body obstacles where he's hopefully not going to be taxing himself out too much here.
Very smooth moves there by Jackson. Setting himself up for a lot of success here. Still about 10 seconds behind Ben's time to this point, but a lot can happen as we get through this challenge course. We saw Jackson's sister, Hannah, take the win. It would be great to see them go with a sweep together. They both won the placement course. Having them both win the challenge course as well would be pretty awesome. Nice move there. So straightforward. And again, very clean from Jackson there. That's going to jump him straight into second place.
Yeah, no, Jackson really looking like a winning run here. Can he catch Ben's time? Can he go the distance now? That is the final question here today. Can he take out that top spot and win this Premier Series Finals? He was the only one to complete the placement course. He's done this one before, and you can see it's in his arsenal. He's got this one under lock. And now, with 1 minute 37 on the clock, he's got 2 obstacles he's got to complete in order to push ahead of Ben's time. Also, Ben did not complete this obstacle on his first go, so if Jackson can get through this, he could be well placed.
I was about to say the same thing. I think if he gets this on his first attempt, he should be up in first place.
But this obstacle is super tough. Devil steps, nothing too difficult here. For Jackson, it's these thunderclaps, in particular this first one, which has a sloped ledge. Jackson's starting to look like he's fatiguing a little bit, but he lines it up. Oh, gonna go on his second swing. He's really making sure of it here.
Yes! Wow, what a move. Gonna match his hands over and get the second one. And I believe by about 7 seconds, Jackson Amaro jumps into the top spot. The Amaro siblings have swept the team division.
Wow. What a win for both the Amaros and the Amaro family. This is fantastic to see. But job's not finished, job's not done. He's got 27 seconds left. He's going to have one crack at these batarangs. The forearms must be so pumped to this point. One attempt, one opportunity. Okay. Lining up this very difficult batarang transition.
Oh, and
so
just
close.
Missed it. Gonna use his first retry. 9 seconds. If he manages to pop through this, he could get there. But he's basically gonna have to link it.
So tough here. And he's gonna go.
Wow.
Oh no!
And he goes for the dismount. Oh, he got it.
No
but I don't think he got it in time.
Wow.
Oh man, just ran out of time, but showed the dismount is possible. That was a nice twist tech there. I hope we get a look at that for a second. But what a strong run out of Jackson. Really showed how much gas he has in the tank. And he's going to be one to look out for in finals.
Yeah, Jackson
I didn't
Amaro.
think that was possible. But he kind of used the side-to-side swing of the ring to his advantage. He twisted to one side. So as the ring swung back to center, he was centering his hips and he could throw perfectly. That was a veteran move there from Jackson Amaro. A well-deserved win for him. And way to represent. Midwest Warrior Academy really, really delivered today.
Yeah, they can celebrate now that they've both had great wins here today. And I think we're just going to take a moment to have another look at those runs because, I mean, that was phenomenal there. Let's take a look at Hannah Amaro's winning run there, making it all the way through to past It's Red. Just a great run from the Amaro family in general, etching her way through the third obstacle. We were super happy to see both teen females completing that third obstacle and then onto the Pokeballs. No troubles there. It was just this last lâcher lane. Oh, sorry. That she couldn't quite get the dismount. Now I remember. It was like just short there. She was more than capable of it. But then Kaylee McKay as well, throwing down a great run. She has earned her ticket for Washington in November as well in the Premier Series Finals, which is super exciting to see. She got that third obstacle on the second attempt, which was awesome, and then continued to smash through the course until the fatigue got the better of her there. And as we move across to the teen male standings, once again, we're going to see our top three there. We've got Dane Walker in third place. He threw down a great run as well. And then Ben Bucci-Torres and Jackson Amaro throwing down the run of the day, or the run of the division so far. Kane, what a stacked lineup there.
Yeah, this was such a great group as well. Taking a look at our top three, Mr. Dane Walker really, really gave it everything he had to the ever so tricky Lachey's for grabs, but had so much power and efficiency coming into it. Was on the taller side, made sure to use that wingspan as much as he possibly could, and it really paid off for him in the end. Then Ben Bucci-Torres as well, as we were saying. We saw his father compete a little earlier in the amateur division. Ben was the only one in the family able to qualify today, but in doing so, avenged his father. Amazing work there.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got a trip to Washington now, which is fantastic as well. So I'm sure the family's happy there. It's all family celebrations all round, with Jackson Amaro, of course, taking out the top time here today, top run. He just flew through this course. He was flawless right up until the Batarangs, just ever so technical. His ability, he really came to dominate here today. He completed the placement course, flew through the challenge course, and it's just, yeah, so exciting to think of the prospect that later this year, in November, they're going to be joining us in the Premier Series Finals.
That's right. It's going to be, it's this, every single qualifier we have, it just gets more and more stacked. And with these 4 additions to the teen male division, this is about to be the most competitive competition I'll have seen in many, many years. And same for the teen female division, where our 2 female athletes who have qualified, Kaylee McKay and Hannah Amaro, taking that top spot. Taking a look at their runs, they're absolutely ready to tear this course up in the finals, and I can't wait to see it.
I completely agree. And for all of those getting very excited, in November we will be hosting our Premier Series Finals, which is just such an exciting prospect coming up. We can see from November 15th to November 17th, we're going to be having the Premier Series Finals in Bellingham. Such an exciting time to be part of the ninja scene.
And be sure to stay tuned, because we are not quite done just yet. At 2:35 Eastern Time, 1:35 p.m. Central Time, we will be rounding out our final qualifier of the season with the Elite Division, where we're going to see on the left side of your screen there, Jeff Baumgarten taking on some real Ninja Titans here as well, some other Ninja Titans, pardon me, like Mr. Jarrah Boyd, who is just one of the most well-rounded athletes in the game right now. And with crazy endurance and grip strength, I think we could see the challenge course get taken down by this young man right here. Joining him are 2 additional really strong athletes. One of my friends over here, Mr. Hollis Lansford, moved over from the United Kingdom and is currently in Colorado for his gap here. Hollis is looking to sharpen up all of his skills, and it's been showing so far. He qualified at the Premier Series event at ARC just a couple months ago, or just last month, pardon me. And I think he's just looking for as much experience as possible, and I mean, more power to him, you know? He's going to do amazing things, but also is going to be Motus local, Nam Phan, who has done some insane moves before he qualified here for the finals last season. So I am expecting him to do it again. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't happen again.
I think all these ninjas are going to be competing for that top spot 100%, just like trying to take that first place spot in this elite division that's going to be coming later to here today. But as we, I guess, Kane, work to close out this stream, it's very worth pointing out one final ninja who had his birthday yesterday. It's Kane Casillas, everyone, my great co-commentator who's bringing all the fun and all the action. Yes, we will be doing this across all the streams here today to celebrate this incredible man's birthday. He also competed in 2 competitions yesterday at Level Up Doubleheader, in which he won both of them. And phenomenal ninja, so be sure to wish him a happy birthday if you get to see him or in the chat. And happy birthday to Kane.
I was wondering, and I was going to ask, is this really happening every stream? I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's great to feel the love from the ninja community as always. So, yeah, as Jack said, thank you all for watching. We'll be back with the Elite Division in about an hour or so, a little over that. Take care. See you soon.